Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I have no idea how these apples ended up in my inventory. They must be from a quest that I completed. I have gone ahead and installed FTB utilities. There is a GregTech New Horizon version of it. You can get that off the wiki. It has links to a whole bunch of different mods that are useful. And I am just chunk loading the entire base with FTB utilities. Now, the default setting is 50 loaded chunks. I definitely needed more than that, so I increased it to 1,000. I'm pretty sure you can just do whatever you want. So I just kind of threw 1,000, but as we can see, I mean, I have done a little bit more than the actual base, but let's do... We'll just do all that, I guess. Yeah, let's make it nice and... We'll make it nice like that. Alright, so 160 loaded chunks. There's nothing. I really don't even need this. Actually, that name, when you leave the chunks, your like name pops up. So I'll keep those loaded so that doesn't pop up when I run over there. But alright, so that is that. I am going to run around and get rid of all the railcraft anchors that we have. I don't know if it's going to conflict, but we don't really need them. I think they were loading the whole base, but I could have been wrong. It's just so much easier to see it visually done like that. Also, not a huge fan of that stuff right there. I don't know if there's any way to move that away. It'd be better if it was like down here, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes with chunk loading. The main issue was our quantum linked chambers or whatever. But I think we should be good now. Also, this is also a void miner. I should put... Not that. I want a sign. Void miner. This one is Vega B. So I kind of remember where they go to. Fortunately, the things don't actually say. Nard F. Yeah, and I think these are labeled as well. Now, I think I probably could have done... Yeah, see, it says unlinked. I don't know if that's actually running in the... That may not even be running in the other dimension. Because now that I think about it, I haven't really gotten much infinity catalyst dust after we did before. We got a bunch before, and then we haven't really gotten any left. So I have a feeling it might actually not be even running. It's hard to tell, though. Yeah, I'm going to go check that out, actually, right now. And deal with the anchors. Alright. As kind of expected, it wasn't running because it was out of power, because it was unlinked for some reason. I don't know, but we can see the thing's not flashing anymore, so it does appear that the chunk loading was the issue. I mean, I was like 99% sure chunk loading was the issue because it wasn't pulling the stuff out of the ender chest, so that was telling me the other our base wasn't loaded, chunk loaded, but yeah, there we go. Now I did attempt to when I build all these, I have been pretty good about putting them all in one chunk for the chunk loading. So, ooh, I was a bit close on that one. But no, it's all in one thing. So we can go ahead and break that, and I'll travel to Barnard F and do the same. All right, got the Barnard F sorted out, so we should be good there. We can kind of see what we are getting, and we're not keeping up with this. I mean, I knew we weren't keeping up with it before, but we're definitely not keeping up. I mean, that's why I crafted up 40 64K drives. I knew we weren't going to keep up with this stuff. So we're just pumping it into the A system. And we can kind of see what we're getting a lot of. Like, cadmium? I don't think we need cadmium. So I'll probably throw it on there. Yeah, I think we can avoid that for now. Cesium, I put on the thing, chalcopyrite. Bismuth probably doesn't need to be on it anymore. So we can always just break the... not break it, but we'll just, like, if we need something again, like if I decide I want arsenic, I can just take that off and we will start getting lots and lots of it. So yeah, this is just chugging along. Nothing new there. I have also switched our mutagen production. I ended up switching it to Infinity Catalyst. I realized we were actually getting pretty low on the mysterious dust because it was using 4. It was using 4 per craft. So we were actually going through it pretty quick. I mean, we do have a B for it. I just haven't processed all these combs into it, so not worried about running out. But I figured this is 1/9 of 1 dust, and we had what, 5,000 Infinity Catalyst dust now. So yeah, I figured we would do that. So switch that over. I did need to switch this to, it's not running right now. I switched it over to plutonium-241. We are also getting massive amounts of 241 now as well. So that actually wasn't too bad. Oh, we got up to 500,000. I'm just going to keep probably just keep doubling it until we fill up a whole thing. That should turn that on. Yep, there it goes. Once that will empty that out, it will turn that on. So pretty cool. All right, but you may notice I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory. Also, since we are dumping all the ore stuff in our main system, we are filling up some drives with some stuff. I know, like vanadium, like holy cow, look at 4. I didn't think vanadium would be like our #1 resource from our void miners, but it does appear it is. This one isn't in a chest either, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. I was just waiting to kind of see what we had. But you may notice a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory. And you may notice a cat meowing in the background. I apologize. I am going to set up some more pumps. Namely for hydrogen and nitrogen. So, gonna go ahead and throw this on T-SETI for hydrogen, and there is one for, let me do that. I'm gonna mark that right there, and nitrogen. Where are you? Nitrogen? Probably easier on Triton. I mean, they're the same amount, it just appears more, so we'll do that. So, yeah, we're going to do that, and I want to set up ammonia, because our palladium line has absolutely destroyed our ammonia. As expected, we are completely out of ammonia. And we're running low on... We're definitely running low on hydrogen and all sorts of stuff. So I want to get that up. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this, because I'm thinking I may want to store this differently. But first I want to get this up, and I actually have decided to use plasma generators instead to power this. I crafted up the stuff for the quantum ring, and I don't love that. It's a bit of a pain. You have to keep... Well, we're not going to have to move it anymore, but when you do have to like move it, it's a bit of a pain. The quantum singularities are kind of annoying. And using like the P2P. So I'm actually going to try this. Fortunately, the fuel efficiency is quite low. I don't know how much this is going to use. I haven't tried out this. I don't know how fast it's going to burn this. I think it would be probably better with a more efficient fuel, but I don't know. There it is. I mean, one bucket gives 81 million. I don't know. We'll see. We'll set it up and we will see. I mean, we're producing a ton of it. It does kind of make more sense to convert it into EU and then use that EU per tick, but I don't know. It's just such a pain. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this. This is always a bit annoying. I wish the... I kind of wish export was the default. Because whenever you place an ender fluid link cover on a tank with a fluid in it already, it automatically imports into this no-name dimension. So, yeah. I'm going to just do helium plasma and then import. So that is importing into our helium plasma little channel. So, okay, let me go fly up to... I guess, which one we're doing first? T-SETI, I guess. And we will place this. I just got to make sure I have everything, so... Yeah. I crafted up the batteries. Oh, I needed a battery buffer. That's what I needed. I think I have everything else. I crafted up the batteries because I was going to have that as a backup when we were using the quantum, but I don't know if we actually need the batteries anymore. If we're using the plasma generators. Yeah, I think we actually don't need those. If we're going to use the plasma generator instead, not using quantum, I think we'll do this. Right, we are on T-SETI, and I totally forgot this is a water world, basically. It's off. All the seaweed, which is something we are actually going to have to deal with in the future, because it is actually used in recipes. But that is in the not so distant future. All right, so I got the pump up and running. I had to test this out. Actually, let's do that. Per usual. To have it turned off, there's no point in burning plasma if we don't need it. And that's one. Shoot, I am short one. Because I put it on the one in the base. I had 4. Whoops. What did I say? Helium plasma export. All right. That's giving this power. I think. Yeah. there it goes. I just realized I forgot to put the machine controller on. That's why it wasn't enabled with redstone. Alright, probably need what's... We're at 111. Need like 2 stacks. There we go. Alright, and there we go. We already filled up the thing. There is our hydrogen gas. Awesome. There, that is set up. And our handy dandy... There. Handy dandy FTB utilities. Easy to chunk load. Alright. I'm gonna have to fly back to the base, which is a bit of a pain to get another thing. But we'll meet back in the base when I get the nitrogen one set up. And we are back. I've set up both the hydrogen and nitrogen ones. So we are good there. Now I do need... Or I'm going to set up a new kind of storage thing. I mean, I love my railcraft tanks. I love how you can see the window and everything, but unfortunately, they don't work very well with AE, inputting, outputting, all that kind of stuff. You can't place the ender fluid things on them. So I do think it is time to think about migrating away from the railcraft tanks. It's been there, they've been there for what, like 200 episodes? But yeah, I think it's time to think about upgrading them. I may leave them there just for, I don't know, sentimental purposes. But I've gone ahead and crafted up a YOTTank. I actually don't know. What's YOT? I don't know what that stands for, actually. And this is an adjustable one as well. You can do up to 15, I think, depending on how much storage. And you get, like, absolutely insane amount of storage from this thing. Like, it's kind of crazy. The tier 1 is like 9 million, and then it just gets absolutely insane after that. I mean, look, tier 3 is 10 billion. That's 10 million buckets, you know? So, I mean, just look at that. Is that even possible, that amount? That is hilarious. So I don't think we're going to have to ever craft this up unless it's, like, used in something. You never know. But, yeah, I don't think it's actually used in any craft, but it is an option. So I wanted to try this for a while. Now, the one thing I am a little unsure about, I assumed that you can just do whatever size you want and whatever tier you want. But as I was looking through this, as we go up the tiers, it actually makes it bigger. Now, I don't know if that's actually required. I kind of thought you could just do this tier and then replace the glass and the fluid cells with the tier you want. But that makes me almost think that maybe that's not a thing. But alright, I figure let's give it a go and we will see if we need to. I will probably craft up. I think we're just going to go with the tier 2. I have made recipes for this because I thought I only needed 9. They're not horrible at all. So you need like 9 of those. That's like probably the most expensive part. Fluid. There. Yeah, so if I needed 9 more of these, I mean, it does use a lot of chrome, but we have lots of resources coming in now. This is like the most expensive part, as we can see, these fluid storage cores. I mean, you can see how crazy that recipe is. You need 2 of these to get one of those, and these are like its own craziness. Anyway, let's not worry about that. So I do want to get this now. Question is, that is not where I wanted that actually. where I want that? Yeah, I think we'll do that here. I can't, unfortunately, we can't just do a one-to-one replacing the railcraft tanks because it's a 5x5. So I guess we'll do this. Now, it doesn't, yeah, this doesn't require, like, power or anything. So, to that. And then I believe the... Actually, I don't know. Does the input go on, like, the top? It does show 2 input hatches. I don't know if... I don't know. We're just going to have to get it set up and then we'll see. Yeah, the actual thing shows 2 input hatches. I don't know. Maybe... Okay, let me craft up a second input hatch, I guess. And it also says it goes by the tier of hatch as well, so... I could try doing this with the multi-block thing, but I always get kind of annoyed with that because it doesn't place the hatches and stuff where I want it to place it. So I'm thinking output, like on the bottom. Maintenance on the back, like that. Yeah, and then... Actually, is that... That's just empty? Oh, no. Okay, that is a solid... That is a solid thing. Alright. Once I have crafted this up for the first time, it's going to get much quicker to do as well. Then the glass goes around that. Like I said, I have just gone directly with the tier 2 stuff. Now I may need another layer of this stuff. We shall see. Alright, so then this is like the input hatch and the input hatch. If not, I can always just craft up another one of those. I should just... You know what? Why don't I just... I'll craft up another one of these. I do want to see if... I'm pretty sure this is only like a one... This is only one fluid, isn't it? I don't think these can handle more than one type of fluid. I would be kind of surprised if it did. So that is that, and then that. So pretty easy block to craft up. Does that form? Ah, all right. So I'm wondering if oh wait, no, it did form. Yeah, it did. Okay, that's what I thought I was going to do. Okay, so the thing was a bit funny. All right, and also the rendering is pretty funny. All right, fluid locking, void excess. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not going to want to do it with this, but if we ever have something, we could always void the excess. That's awesome. All right, it does give that, like... It makes it sound like it's using power, that humming, but I don't think it is. So, I guess... Alright, first one we're going to do is... I think we'll do... as I'm talking here, we'll craft up a whole nother one. Actually, hold on. We'll do that. Oops, I replaced it with the wrong thing. That with that. I love how it's still running even though I broke it. Yeah, alright. I don't know why it says to use 2 input hatches. Maybe there is a reason for it. Or no. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then I actually have this set up to do a whole, craft up every single one of these parts for a whole new tank, like I did with the other ones. Alright, we're gonna do Ender Fluid. So we'll make this like hydrogen. Export. And there we go, it is exporting. And there we go, we can see how much we are storing. Now this stores 900. 900 million. I mean, I'm not going to want to do this for like nitric acid or something like that, but we can always do the smaller ones. But stuff like this that I'm pumping, we want to do this. Alright, so I'll do one for the nitrogen. I also need a couple travel anchors here. We'll do that. And then, does the fluid show here? Yes, it does. Alright, kind of love this tank. Not gonna lie. It's kind of similar to my railcraft tanks, but the only thing I wish it did was render the fluid inside it. But the rendering is kind of broken with this glass anyway. But if it showed the fluid, like the railcraft ones did, I would kind of be obsessed with this. And if we ever want to increase this, we can just swap it out and increase the thing. I wonder if you can... I wonder if it's like stored... Like if I break this, I'm assuming it's going to keep the thing. If I can replace all of the glass and the things on the inside, would that keep the stuff in there? I don't want to break this and then like void 15 million liters of the stuff. Alright, let me continue this, and I also want to set up the mega chemical reactor. That's going to take me a little bit of time to get all the pieces for it. I have set up a little area over here for it. I have also built another active transformer to split the power. Now, I think I will actually make a laser all the way across here. So I think I'm going to have lasers going around in like a square. So I'm thinking like if I ever mess with something over here, we'll be able to send the power this way and the power this way. So I won't like break every single thing. So like right now, if I'm working on this active transformer, this all breaks. But I'm thinking if we go all the way around, that maybe it can send the power this way. And it doesn't turn off if I'm working on like that active transformer. So that is kind of what I'm thinking. But here is a thing for the chemical reactor that I want to build for ammonia. But I need to get the hydrogen and nitrogen in first. Okay, I'm just finishing up the large chemical reactor and getting it put together. And I need americium, and we actually have a much better recipe now that we have the Mark III reactor. We have we're crafting 1 ingot up every 3 seconds as opposed to, what was it before? I can't remember how long it was before, but definitely not this fast. And this is much, much easier. Literally just plutonium-241 and hydrogen. Gone ahead and thrown a ender fluid hatch, which is connected to our tank that we set up. And I think I haven't decided if I like this. I might do the input is just hydrogen and then the output would be hydrogen 2. If I do hydrogen, then it's pulling directly from the pump that we have on T-SETI. And I'd rather the pump go into the tank and then the output on the tank is kind of what determines where everything goes. So yeah, if we're pulling directly from the pump, Like, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a big buffer. So I may do that. I may decide to do hydrogen I for like input, hydrogen O for output. I don't know. Hydrogen 2. Maybe that'll be fine. But yeah, we are crafting up Americium. The only thing with this is I don't actually have this set up to deal with the plasma. Before it was just molten Americium we were getting, so you could just fluid solidify this. This is actually plasma. If we want, we could send this through a plasma generator and get power from it. But since I'm just kind of using this for Americium, I think I'll probably just fluid or send it through the freezer. I think this will work, right? I didn't even look at... Alright, LUV, yeah, we're good. Yeah, so there we go, there is that. Obviously, we'll have to set this up to do this itself. Like, where do I put my... I'm like, where the heck do we put our ingots to solidify them again? So, yeah, that is what we're doing. Also, haven't decided if I like using the superconductor. Admittedly, we're doing 7 fusion coils. If we're doing 1 superconducting block, it's not too bad, but maybe not using superconductor. I don't know. We could either use the UV or the other one. I usually like to do the most efficient or the highest tier possible. So, you know, the superconducting coils, you can use many different types, and the higher tier you need less. So it's either use 16 UV superconductor wires or 8 UHV. So, I'll see. But, yeah. Alright, got this set up mostly. And there are a few things I'm not entirely sure how it is formed. Still trying to get everything fully built here. The one thing I'm a little unsure about is the back. And if we look at the thing, it shows 8. I'm assuming we probably don't need 8 energy hatches. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. See, it says energy hatch. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm assuming you could probably do... You don't need 8 of those, but I don't know. So that's why I'm saying, like, we'll just get it crafted up. So I just need the fusion coils that go in the middle. And then I need one more block up here. And then that will be that. Also, this glass is... I didn't realize this glass surrounds the fusion coils in the middle. When I first saw it, I thought the glass went on the outside. And it was kind of hollow in the middle. But that's not how that works. The glass surrounds the fusion coil. But, alright. Let me do this. And I also need to set up the hatches. So actually, I probably don't need more hatches. This is just going to be 2 input. And then 1 output we'll do here. And I think this is where they go. Again, kind of learning here. I don't know if the inputs might need to go up top, actually, as I'm looking at that. No. Actually, no, I think those are the same when I looked at that. Hemp block 1, hemp block 1. Okay, so those are the same blocks. Is that? No, that's a 2. No, that's a 1. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we can do that. Yeah, you can do the same places. So I can do that on the bottom. As you know, I like putting all the cabling underneath. Okay, let's get this crafted up, and we'll see if we can get it to work. Okay, got the input hatches. I'm going to do LUV, see if that is big enough. And that. Also, I just realized I'm probably going to want a advanced fluid detector. Do I have an advanced one? Two. And I need a wireless internal. All right. Let's throw these down and see if this forms without 8 energy hatches. I really don't think it needs it. The only thing that... yeah, it doesn't say... the only thing that it doesn't say is .1 or whatever. .2 can use hat casings. Okay, please form. Hasn't formed. Let's do this. I have everything built. Makes me a little nervous. Oh. Well, it says it's been completed. It's not for me, though. Let's do... I'm going to break this. So as we can see, the dot of 3... see, the energy dot 3 says energy hatch. It doesn't say, like, some blocks have multiple candidates or you can use any tier. Yeah, so... let's actually put that in there and then see if it places them from my inventory. Okay, so it does place those. That isn't the problem. There's something else that is an issue. Is it the input hatches? Is that what it's doing it? I don't... maybe input hatches have to be up top? I don't know. The maintenance hatch goes on the back. I have that. Alright. Let's try... I'll be sad if I have to put the input hatches up top. Let's see what it does if I do this. Did place that up top. Nope, still not formed. Okay. Sometimes it just needs to figure itself out. Maybe. Alright, well, it says it's completed. Maybe it needs buses? We got the casings, got the coils, got the casings, got the glass, any tier. Oh! Did we see it? The glass tier limits the energy tier. Well, that changes things a little bit. Alright, glass tier is... let's see if this forms if I do this. And if it does, then we know. Let's do... ooh, do I even have an HV energy hatch? No. I don't even think I have a... well, alright. Yep, I'm like, I don't have... let's just... I want to see if this forms. I'll delete this. I don't feel like messing with this right now. I just want to see if this forms. So I know what I'm doing. Does that form with an HV energy hatch? Yes. Okay. That was the problem. Let me break that. I will delete it. There we go. We're not keeping it. And there we go. Okay. I need to upgrade the glass. That makes this quite a bit more expensive if I want to do ZPM. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. I was like, maybe we'll just do HV, but I have no way to get HV power over here. Unless I transform it up 87 times. Yep, we'll just craft up... Ooh. ZPM glass. I don't remember which ZPM glass is. Iridium, I think. Is it iridium? Yeah, iridium. Alright, that's going to take a little bit. I need to... Because you need 64. I do need to fluid solidify this a little bit better than I am doing. We need to use the multi-block. It's going in a single block right now, though. And... Is that it? Are we done? Yes, we are done. Alright, cool. First time is always the hardest, because you don't know the specific details of each multi-block. Okay, I've gone ahead and thrown the wireless redstone receiver, the internal frequency 200. I need like a naming thing. What I name these, it's just so random. I've just kind of been throwing random numbers in there. I really need a better way to do that. The output hatch, I thought I put... I actually did a ZPM. I thought I did LUV. Oh well. 1 million. How about 512? We'll do half. I have no idea how fast this is going to fill up, so... Okay. So, until you get to that point, turn on a redstone signal. Turn that on. Now, I just need to... Actually, turn that off until I get this set up. Now, I guess we'll do... Should I do? I was just thinking, I'm like, usually I do underneath, but I'm like, we're just gonna, well, I don't know. Maybe we won't be doing. It depends how fast these ender fluid things. I know they're not like the fastest. Also, I just realized I think I need a circuit to tell which one it wants to do. All right, so hydrogen 2. Export. There we go. We're doing ammonia, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. We're doing this one. Oh, we actually don't need a circuit. So hydrogen and nitrogen produces that. I guess this would be nitrogen 2. And I need to throw one on our nitrogen tank. Still chugging along. We are up to 900 on that one. Yeah. So this is like the kind of weird part. It just pulled it into the channel with no name. Yeah. So import into nitrogen 2. Export nitrogen 2 over here. There we go. We got our nitrogen. We got our hydrogen. In theory, I got this all hooked up. We got it to ZPM. I think this is turned on. It's turned on. All right. In theory, when I switch this to that, it should turn on. Did it turn on? It did! All right. So it's working. All right. So there's 170 buckets. It's doing 170 buckets at a time. Which is telling me it is doing... Is it doing a whole hatch? Yep, it's doing the entire hatch. We can increase the size of this. Not a problem. There we go. It should be turned off. And it's turned off. All right. Well, there we go. We just produced 850 buckets of ammonia in what? 9 seconds? That is pretty amazing. Yeah, I may increase the size of these and see how far this can go. But I am actually thinking, instead of storing it all in one area, I may actually store ammonia back here in its own tank. This is where it's being produced. Why not we just store it right here? I think that would look kind of cool too. Bunch of chemical reactors with tanks behind them. I don't know. I'll think about that. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, so thanks for watching it! Have a good one.